don't exercise, okay? This is not a thing for me.
"90 Day Fiance" has been a hit TV show since its launch. The insane moments between the new couples are television gold, and we for one can't get enough of it. In today's video, we are going to be looking at some awkward, cringeworthy, and a few definite knee slapper moments on the show. If you enjoy the show and would like to stay updated, click that like and subscribe. So, in no particular order, and without further ado, here are 6 eye-opening moments on 90 Day Fiance. I think we all remember this episode. What started as a genuine attempt at a family dinner quickly turned into a disastrous brawl. Initially, Pedro was simply upset over the fact that Chantel had told her family about the issues with his sister, knowing they already had a distaste for her and him. Chantel and Nicole then get into it at the table due to a previous misunderstanding that apparently still lingered. Between bites, they insult and shout at one another in Spanish, calling each other liars in an attempt to convince onlookers that what they speak is the truth. Of course, the family has already made their decision on the matter and is quick to take sides, undoubtedly supporting Chantel. Pedro appeared quite uncomfortable during the ordeal and seemed to be trying to make the best of a bad situation, until Nicole bypasses Chantel and snaps at Pedro. After some words between them, Pedro then immediately began to make his way around the table. Then all hell breaks loose. Some actual punches are thrown and things get completely out of control, as if they weren't already. The brawl doesn't last long, nor seem to have caused any damage to the house or the participants. Pedro gets the final word in, or kick, as he karate kicks food off the table on his way to the door. Chantel starts sobbing and remains in the home while her husband storms out. Although this event may be enough to tear most relationships apart, the pair has remained together and continue to build a life together. In the end, it seems that this outrageous evening of family combat is now water under the bridge. Danielle and Mohammed have been fan favorites since debuting on TLC's 90 Day Fiance, which is entirely due to the outlandish moments associated with their relationship. Due to their rocky, bumpy, and apparently smelly story, the couple has endured a ton of criticism along the way, but we're not judging. One of the highlights was when Mohammed claimed Danielle stunk on a 90-day tell-all episode. As you can see in the video, he initially attempts to keep the issue private, skirting around the question by simply stating that they have started facing a problem.
What was the problem? I don't want to say, like, this is very private.
Mohammed also painted a not-so-flattering picture of Danielle, claiming that because he wouldn't have sex with her, she was sitting on the floor crying, screaming in front of her teenagers.
I want my sex tonight. If you don't give me my sex tonight...
This led to Danielle accusing Mohammed of telling people she stinks and pees on him. However, in the end, it's actually Danielle who brings up the smelly topic, not Mohammed, but he sure runs with it.
Oh,
Danielle, can you tell us what he's talking about?
He has told people that I smell and I
You do.
peed on him.
Shortly after Anfisa arrived in America, George was running out of money and had to explain to his future bride that he really wasn't a millionaire and actually had accumulated some debt to his name. She initially states that she's just with him for his money, but she's still with him today, so obviously the love they share is real. Anfisa is even waiting for George to be released from his prison sentence. In this scene, upon heading to their green card interview, Anfisa loses it on George, yelling at him to get her makeup bag and throwing keys on the parquet floor for him to retrieve. This is definitely a fan favorite moment.
Can I have a key?
Yes, you can have a key.
George was late. We were late because.
During one of the episodes, Mike and Aziza search for a suitable venue to host their big day. Afterwards, once they return home, Mike admits concernedly, 90 days is flying by and our sex life is still at a standstill. He seems quite bothered that they have yet to engage in the act, but his wife couldn't be more hesitant to seal the deal. Mike reveals to the camera just how he feels by stating, "It's kind of strange that we haven't slept together yet and we're about to get married." He later inches towards discussing the topic by saying how they've been in love for over a year and insinuating that they should have sex by now. Aziza replies awkwardly, "I think we need to wait with sex." She seems extremely uncomfortable having this conversation in front of the camera, not to mention the millions of people that watch the show. Mike couldn't have given her more than a couple of seconds before immediately blurting out, "We were supposed to do it when you first got here." She shoots him a look that anyone can interpret, which implies for him to quit pestering her about having sex with him, especially in front of the camera. Aziza later explains that she simply doesn't feel comfortable sharing herself with him quite yet, as they haven't had enough time to get to know each other. She ends by saying, "When it happens, it happens." Aziza and Mike are still together and now have a child together. It looks like Mike finally convinced her to do the deed after all.
With sex.
We were supposed to do it as soon as you got here.
Yeah.
Well,
We think everyone would agree that Nicole and Hazan are entertaining to watch. Their story has been a rocky one, but certainly provided laughs and gasp in a plentiful fashion. In this instance, the couple is enjoying a romantic getaway in the desert when the couple is instructed to walk up a hill of sand to where the camels are located. It immediately becomes clear that Nicole is struggling to climb in the hot sand, as most people would be. That's when Hazan shows his true colors. He tells Nicole that she should stop being lazy and go do some workouts, honey. During this romantic trek up a sandy hill in the desert, he proceeds to encourage her by saying, "Come on, lazy." Nicole responds by saying, "I don't exercise, okay? This is not a thing for me." She breathes heavily while slowly ascending another few feet. Then Hazan says, "Almost there, lazy." He continues to pester her about her fitness until they finally approach the camels. Nicole later admitted that when he treats her like this, it makes her think she's not good enough. Today, the couple claim to be stronger than ever. Nicole admits that it isn't easy to maintain the long-distance relationship, but hey, what relationship doesn't have its bumps along the road? Hopefully the couple can continue to make things work afar and overcome the challenges that they already have and continue to face.
I don't exercise, okay? This is not a thing for me.
almost there, Lizzie. Oh my gosh, Lizzie.
Anyone who watched this season will remember these two. Jesse, a personal trainer, is very particular about his body and what he puts in it. This includes not overindulging when drinking alcohol. Darcy, on the other hand, likes to drink wine and enjoy herself, and why not? She's a successful woman and an independent mom. However, when her drinking comes into question with her relationship with Jesse, she does not respond well. During this episode, we catch a glimpse of how she reacts to being called out on her drinking. The couple attempt to enjoy a romantic night at home, yet it's quite clear that Darcy is already somewhat inebriated. Jesse sits down with her in an attempt to have a conversation, at which point Darcy raises her arm to give him a high five. Darcy isn't having any of it and intends on being argumentative. She snaps. Jesse then proceeds to ask her if she's had a glass of wine, which we can already tell is obviously true and know to be a touchy subject between the two. The video clearly shows signs of some serious underlying issues, some of which that ultimately end their relationship.
Mistake too, because, you know, we're a team. I'm glad that you're there to cook the.
I'm
I
gonna
just
argue
didn't
in
want
front of the
yes.
kids. Okay?
I'm not
so
arguing.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
And that's all we have for you now. Thanks for sticking around and taking a look at our list of some eye-opening moments on 90 Day Fiance. Once again, if you enjoyed the video, do us a quick favor and click that like and subscribe. From everyone here at the channel, we'll see you next time.